practice, it also means that you've been going to a lot of games, and we'll see if BLG can use that experience well as we jump into draft here for game number 1, getting the big picks out of the way early. Seraphine, Bard, Orianna, and Ezreal. Immediately, very obvious picks taken off the board here.
Still growing pains with the first selection stuff, so for all of our, OG fans, we are getting a traditional draft setup for this one. Blue side, B1. And we can already see, I could make the Orianna joke with K-Man. Don't have to worry about that one this time round. But, hey, listen, we've got a lot of bot lane focus coming through to these bans already. And it'll be very interesting, to see how this plays out as the series goes on, because we've talked about BLG endlessly as a team that likes to play early for topside, kind of let bot lane relax, Viper not do too much. But up against JackeyLove and Top Esports, that's probably the most treacherous team to play that style against.
I mean, look, there's been a large focus on both the jungle and support roles, both here in the playoffs. So whether this is meaning we're going to be getting Karma early on, who has dropped a little bit in priority, or if we're going to be just getting the stock standards, the Jarvans, maybe even the Wukongs to start. Just a real quick on draft. I know you were talking about kind of the side select. Because Top Esports are coming in from the upper bracket, they got to choose both side selection and which side of choice for first pick or counter pick. So their reward, I think, very justly earned. It's just going to be Rumble here. ZUIAN, get them a winning matchup.
Not just a winning matchup. Top Esports consistently ban out Rumble, and when they don't, it's banned against them. This is a pick that they have dominated on with ZUIAN throughout this split. He is undefeated on the champion so far in spring, and his KDA is something like 25 on the champ at the moment. He has been utterly ridiculous on Rumble so far in the spring split. This is a really big first get. You are trading it for the Varus, which most people consider to be the most consistent AD carry in the game, and kind of your pick of engaged jungler, whichever direction you want to go, but it's hard to go against the stats right now. They clearly feel very comfortable with this carry pick on the top side.
And speaking on that word comfortability, like we kind of led off this draft with, Varus makes sense for a lot of reasons, like you pointed out, K-Man, but of course, a champion can easily leave on his own bot side, and unless they're making very big overload plays to dive this Varus to make ganks happen on top of Viper, should be relatively safe here. The J4 is going to come through here for Xun to provide a key engage tool, and we'll see exactly what BLG want to pair that up with.
It's kind of interesting to see how this draft has already started, because I think for BLG, it's very much just how do we get the most comfortable, safe draft so that we can start to play aggressive around our solo lanes? Again, that Varus can play weak side if you need to, but it does keep the door open for if you want to go for one of these crazy poke lanes. That's something that BLG have at least tried in some of the past couple series. It's not always gone according to plan with the way that they structure a lot of their drafts, but with the buy as the answer already on the other side, we could be setting up for potentially an Ahri. I think that makes sense not only as a great pick for Creme, big assassin player, but a takeaway from Knight. You really can't afford to give him an Ahri in a grand finals. I think this would be a pretty easy lock for me.
Buy Ahri, I mean, just get to be aggressive as you want. I am a little bit worried because I was going to mention Ryze is still up, but instead that's going to be the answer. I think Creme has been one of our better side laners. We're getting Cassio as the answer, something that I waxed and waned on. I've gone back and forth as to how I feel about this matchup, as we've seen our a couple of players around the world play this. We get in the second phase. Is no one worried that Bin is going to play Varus top lane here? Because that is something you have to keep in the back of our minds, although it's definitely less likely from what we have seen as a trend.
It's a good shout. We'll keep that in the back of our minds to see, especially how the second phase goes out. Back on that Cassio point very quickly, though, for me, usually it's a simple measure on how I feel about this champion's going to interact in a game. It's all about the range thing, right? So for me, staring at a top side where it's Vi, Ryze, and Rumble, I actually do like this look for Knight on the Cassio. I know it's been a very polarizing opinion on how this champion fits in. It's also Knight playing the champion, guys, so you always have to remember the fact that this guy's just the best player in the world. So whatever he picks, you got to feel a bit confident in how he'll play onto it. Moving into the second phase bans, though, it looks like so far JackeyLove going to lose access to more of his champion pool, and the Ambessa ban signals the Top Esports are not believing in any sort of Varus top shenanigans.
I get it. I mean, right now, I would also feel pretty comfortable that Varus is likely going bot lane. I think it's very, it's possible, certainly, that it can go top lane for Bin. He is definitely an aggressive enough player to take this. I just think that safety on the bottom side makes a lot of sense. And look at the supports that are still available. So many that pair well with Varus are still on the board. They really haven't focused a lot in the second rotation on that. And so kind of have your pick of the litter here if you do want to go for that complete bot lane, especially with things like Sion taken off the board, these safer matchups on the top side. we'll see how aggressive BLG want to be in game number 1. We highlighted those solo laners for Bilibili Gaming. Knight has a carry in Cassiopeia. We'll see if Bin takes another one here.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Yorick is fine. Something that is going to hopefully match into Ryze later on, and double AP solo laners means that Merctreads is just going to get a lot of value here for him. I think right now for BLG, they are showing a composition that can be pretty stifling for what top esports want to do. Outside of the equalizer, I think that forcing the Ryze and the Vi to walk into a Cassiopeia and a Yorick sounds like a nightmare fuel. So with both support counterpick coming up here for BLG and on, and now what looks to be some kind of Sivir, and wow, it's an Alistar lane. Okay, they don't want to potentially play range. We're going to play forward here. I don't know if I like Camille here. I think Camille Varus can be very squishy, and Alistar is pretty good.
Yeah, listen, it's game 1, Bilibili Gaming. We don't need to get too crazy with the equations. We have seen that kind of happen with Fearless. Some teams just decide, oh, game 2 is where we're going to get crazy and try and save those meta picks for later. Not going to be the reality here, or will it? All right.
Okay.
It's too early to be falling for the hovers, but man, oh man, BLG coming out swinging with the Camille game 1.
Look, BLG they're putting the pedal to the metal in this one. This is a very weird comp because of the setup with Cassiopeia. It's going to take some time for her to develop, and you are eventually going to spike upwards in the late game. I might be a little bit against the grain here, but I actually really like the TES draft in terms of what they can look like if they can survive some of those aggressive early games. The Ryze obviously is going to have a little bit of trouble into the Cassio. That is a long-term, counter pick matchup, but Ryze is going to be more active in terms of being able to play with his jungler, I think, for a lot of the mid game. This Rumble is set up incredibly well for this late game, in my opinion, and I think it's something you have to be scared of if you're BLG.
I'm a bit worried here for Rumble. I think Rumble gets a bit worried about having to play into, like, Yorick wall, into Jarvan, and even Camille. Camille plus Jarvan suddenly is now a kill spot for anybody if we're in the river on these 5-on-5s. We've seen On really, really good about playing on vision and playing in flank angles, and I feel like this plays into that kind of identity for them. This is absolutely, like, I think the most, like, predictable BLG draft. We're playing a really, really aggressive 2v2 in bottom lane. We're trying to play 2 solo laners that not only have agency, but have kill threat individually, and then a jungler that's just going to enable all of that to tie the room together.
We'll see if we can find some success, because there's been a lot of scary games for LPL teams going into a comp like this from top esports. I think, okay, man, I see your point about the draft, and for me, on top of that, all of what you're saying, I just worry about JackeyLove Sivir scaling to infinity, but here we go! Game 1, Split 2 Grand Finals. Top Esports, BLG, a rematch from Split 3 Summer last year, has finally hit the rift for game number 1. Oh, level 1s. Yay! Chayo's getting interrupted very early on, but On going pretty low here as JackeyLove already has Lethal Temple stacked up very highly. The auto attack powers of the Sivir should be enough. On just one measly hit away, gonna flash over the wall to get away from fengyue, but that's a great start for the top esports bottom lane. JackeyLove is just walking Viper down. Both flashes coming off the board for BLG's bot side.
I feel so vindicated. I have spent the last 6 months saying that Sivir is a champion. You can win 2v2s in the early lane, and that right there, I mean, you did it versus Halo Blades Camille. Great job coming in. You walked in blind into a tri-brush, and now that's not only the flash from Camille, but the teleport and the flash away from Viper. Early lane dominance coming in from JackeyLove and fengyue, where Viper and On have not been able to succeed in lane play in the playoffs.
That's exactly the point. Viper and On already a bot lane that we expected to struggle early on, and now they're really going to be in a bad spot. What this does is it opens up the map even more for Tian on this Vi in the early game to either make a play around bot side or not worry about Camille being able to retaliate as aggressively to any sort of engage on the mid lane or on top side if you want to go for it. It's just a really big problem for BLG early, and it certainly is going to give TES a lot of tempo.
Also just got to see Knight go for an early recall to get a mana crystal, and TP's back in the mid lane is all right. fengyue going for a bit of the Alistar, but all turning around immediately, grapples on top of JackeyLove and chunks him down to about 10% HP. So BLG down a lot from this early level 1 trade, but finding their way back into it.
JackeyLove getting dangerous there in terms of the positioning. This is a little bit of the scary part of playing the Alistar, specifically with the Sivir, is as much as I do like Sivir's laning phase, it can be more difficult to execute early on when you pick this engaged champion. We've seen it from a lot of teams throughout the playoffs so far. Investing into that engage towards the back end of the game really only pays dividends towards the back end of the game. Them being shoved under tower doesn't really take advantage of the sums they burned early.
It's also, we know what spells JackeyLove has. When he throws the Q out there and you already know you start at W level 1, Han's like, cool, there's no spell shield. I don't have to worry about it at that point. So I'm under no threat of anything happening. Now, BLG did see Vi cross into top side after they finished the Raptors, so they know that Vi can be out on the map and has already finished the scuttle. It seems like we're trying to go for a dive. It might only be fengyue, but because JackeyLove backed off, seems like Top Esports are not going to lose much more. He's going to be a plate, which now equalizes what was a bad early start here for BLG's bot lane.
Definitely in a much more comfortable spot now, as we get to see Shun complete that bot crab. Get the ward onto Tian on his respawn Raptors. Mid lane, gonna look for trades with both junglers spotted. Goes popped here for Creme. Twin phase going down. Nice flash there from Knight over the Creme Q. Just gonna make sure he doesn't get soloed out here. But it's on the roam here. Gonna hook shot. Creme's gonna flash, but it does not matter. On will die thanks to the slow from Creme. But he gets first blood nonetheless for BLG.
Oh, it ends up being okay because at least the first blood goes on to the Camille. He's gonna go right into this house.
Hey, oh, fengyue! Nice flash to headbutt Shun back towards Tian. Gonna have to suspend his own flash to get back over that very same wall. fengyue definitely showing off his Alistar mechanics early on to this split 2 fight.
How many flashes are gonna get burned? Bin's gonna die on the top side here.
Another one.
Overheat from ZUIAN. Puts down the dark procession. Bin still wants to trade though. Gets a huge heal. Throwing down and nearly finds ZUIAN as well as, oh my god, oh, it's back on mid lane. Once again going after Creme. Doesn't get the stun, but the slow still will land. And Creme will be able to walk out with a very unfortunate wave state.
Oh man, Slayer, I hope you get a chance to catch your breath because we have just gotten play after play after play. We wanted action. I guess we're getting that here in game number 1. Count them on the bottom of your screen. No flash for Camille, Varus, Cassiopeia, Jarvan, Ryze, all of them gone. Rumble. There are basically no tools available. They've all been used, and that means a lot of lanes are susceptible. On still here mid.
Again!
Oh my god, another hook shot. This time the stun lands into the flag and drag knockup. No flash for Creme, but he gets the whippers down. He's able to skate around Knight's damage. Tian though going in to try and save him, but gets caught in the miasma. And Shun finds the kill onto Creme. The poison ticking down gets Knight another. BLG springing into an early game start.
All right, well, guess what? I guess when you have Camille, you could just do this level 1, and you can continue to do this all game long. We actually got to see this earlier on. It has been starting to pop up. Camille has been starting to make her way into support. We've seen support start to move across the map, and control of mid lane is now name of the game. We're getting gold leads here for Knight and for Shun early on, and who cares about the early flashes? Who cares about what's happening bot lane? We're getting an advantage for Cassiopeia ahead of the Ryze.
It's a dream situation for BLG. This fight can't possibly go better. Obviously, Creme's stepping up because he feels like he has his team around him. But the problem is, it's just an underestimation of what the damage is like going to be coming in here. Creme just dies to Shun's Q. And at this point, Tian is way too low. The Vi is not at that power spike yet. If you're fighting before that first item, you're going to be in a much worse spot.
It turns out that when Shun has a fully stacked Conqueror, Jarvan Q does 1,000,000 damage. So great job to him. Jarvan's feeling good. 1,000 gold lead here for Bilibili in the first game of the finals. And now they get complete access of this dragon. I don't think that with Vi on the top side and with JackeyLove now having to catch this wave, I mean, Viper could just TP. He'll hit level 6 on the next wave. This is great for BLG. This is exactly the kind of start we wanted to see from them here with this kind of draft.
Dragon secured, like you mentioned, all in expedited fashion as well. To give them that opening to the win con. Gonna have Grub spawning about a minute's time after that, but Shun is already 500 gold up over Tian in this jungle matchup, and you guys already highlighted how good of a start this has been for Knight, so we'll see how much priority BLG will put towards these Grubs to maybe try and slow down Top Esports' win con, or more importantly here, you know, just maybe try and get Grubs onto a Yorick. I know, pretty crazy concept.
I think that's gonna especially be on the mind of BLG, not just because of the Yorick, but also because of the Varus in the late game as well. Like, you're gonna be able to siege down these towers incredibly quickly, start to escalate this game very, very fast. If you get any sort of gold onto Viper, this becomes incredibly difficult. Fengyue still in the mid lane. Honest here, he's in danger.
Oh boy, here's another hook shot. fengyue not gonna dash away from it, and the Twin Fangs show no mercy. Knight picks up another.
Yeah, Camille, Cassio, how are you ever supposed to play? And this is the worry that I had going later into this game. I think that while I had my own concerns about what BLG were going to do if they fall behind.
Oh, Tian cease and desist. Viper oversteps on the bot side and gifts JackeyLove a kill. Something back for Top Esports.
All right, sure, I guess. We're just going to continue fighting. I mean, Top Esports are trading gold for objectives on the map. I am not happy with that trade. BLG are now going to get 3 grubs for a Yorick, and guess what? If we're going to continue to play around tonight, that's going to be gold for Cassiopeia later in the game.
It's exactly what they want to do. BLG are just playing to their win condition so well. I think so far, obviously, Honest had such a big impact. fengyue has been not impactful as we get the realm warp.
Petrifying Gaze immediately throw down. fengyue was the only one to take the realm warp, but he's going to flash on top of Knight's head to get the knock-up. Stun lands, and the Flame Spinner will get ZUIAN a big shutdown. Gage comes on top of Bin as well from Tian over the wall, and it's more flashes having to be expended by BLG. Top Esports are not going quietly down in this early game, and Tian's going to look to keep pushing the tempo forward, but On was waiting in the wings there with a hook shot to find the stun. Tian and Shun going blow for blow. It's the flag and drag on to 2 here, into the Cataclysm, dunk down with a headbutt. Pulverized, gets just enough space for Tian to find that kill. fengyue desperately trying to get out. He does find decent space. Everybody flashing away from the fight as Bin tries to chase down Top Esports. The TES, they are in the wrong jungle, and Knight has returned. Down goes ZUIAN. Creme flashing forward to try and find these trade kills. It's pandemonium in the BLG jungle, but it's the golden left hand that will clean it all up. Creme over the wall with the blast code, limps away as the only survivor, but not for long. He passed correctly away from Bin, and finally it's over. What a bloodbath!
We're just continuing the fight. Every single summoner spell is just a means to get 300 gold at some point there. What are Top Esports doing? We were saying that maybe Tian is the greediest jungler. Maybe all of Top Esports, we're getting dragged into this play. We're losing gold around the map, and I continue to come back to this Cassiopeia. Now up 1,000 gold after dying. She TP'd back into that fight, and Creme, he had like no mana at the end of that fight. He came into that fight with like 200 mana.
I don't really know what to tell you. It looked so good at the start. ZUIAN gets a free kill on the Rumble, and I go, okay, well, you can start playing towards that, but now ZUIAN's getting targeted.
Yep, just trying to go after a Scuttle Crab.
Dude.
And he finds Shun and Knight waiting in the wings. It's another max range Q from Shun to get him his 1,500th kill as a duo with Knight. How ceremonious to find that pick onto the rookie.
I mean, we have no seconds to breathe. It's a 2K gold lead now for BLG. Where is that? Oh, yeah, it's on Knight's Cassiopeia in the mid lane. Oh, man, things have really gone from bad to worse. That's on top of the fact that BLG already got the grubs earlier on as well. Dragon's going to be spawning in just under a minute here, and they're very well set up to be able to contest that in the same vein. The ultimates are going to be on cooldown for Top Esports, but like, I don't know, man. We're taking these fights for no reason, and we're putting ourselves into a position where we have to make these miracle plays in order to get back.
All right, audience members, this is our time. Breathe in, breathe out.
This is my time.
Before
I
Dragon
need
starts.
this.
Yeah. I mean, no flashes in mid. And Top Esports, we kind of ascribe them as the team that is going to scale or have more options as the game time goes up. But I'm looking at items right now. I'm looking at kind of where BLG are putting a lot of their eggs in terms of the basket. And I just think it is really, really tough as a Top Esports player to say, hey, we're going to try and make a play onto a player like a Cassiopeia. If you find On, that's great, but
Poke shots. Oh, the Ignite, I think, should be enough. But Tian falls with the cease and desist on top of Knight's head. Good double knock-up, but the Petrified Gaze stuns Tian up, flashes out the Cataclysm and gets the Realm Warp out, but he goes right into Viper, who puts an arrow through the chest of Tian, and Creme cannot escape Shun's very same Q that killed him off earlier. Another fight, another BLG win.
Oh man, Top Esports are just playing it bad. There's nothing else to say. The Relp Orb actively brings his jungler immediately to his death. You're posturing, so you get a free pick onto the Cassiopeia, and you posture immediately into another lost fight. You're gonna lose Dragon for that, and BLG's already at that second Dragon. It's gonna be Cloud Soul this game, which is fantastic for BLG's comp, and as we get a look at this replay, it's again just greedy. It's overextension. This is the exact same thing that already happened in this game. Top Esports find a good pick. They're able to get some gold onto a priority target with the Ignite going down here, and then it's just too much.
We're going again. We're going
no
again.
No time for replays, gents. This is the LPL. We find over everything, and that includes Krugs that Tian does not have access to. It's an all-out blitz in his own jungle, and it's the 4th kill over tonight. A perfect 11 of 11 in kill participation so far.
Hey, don't worry, guys. While we were in that replay, by the way, BLG also got the second Dragon of the game. Let's just go to game 2 already. Like, this game is just
Can we get the desk back in here? Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, look, we didn't have a desk for the pre-show last night. I want to give them at least a little bit of space after this, but just Top Esports, every time they want to go for one play, it feels like we're going for a +1. It's like, okay, we got the on kill, now we're going to go for more. Okay, hey, look, we just found Knight, now we're going to go for a bin when we're looking at the red side fight earlier on. So just so many things are going bad here for Top Esports, and it feels like if they had just been able to cut their losses early, they would be a much easier game at this point.
This reminds me so much of the Top Esports of years past, where they just have not been able to contain themselves in these big moments. Players like Tian and Creme, when they were together previously, it was constant action after action. It made the team fun to watch, but it made them too volatile. Unfortunately, they are falling into the same traps here today. We might even get another fight here. Rift Herald spawning in just about a minute. With the way that this game's going, I would typically go, well, there's no way Top Esports are going to contest Rift Herald down 4,000 gold, are they? But who knows, man? At this point,
it is 14 minutes, and On just got level 6 in this game. And he's 2, 3, and 4 right now, man. Like, I don't know. He's had massive impact.
Well, it's also, you know, to continue that point, like, fengyue didn't get to level 6 much quicker than On did, as we see the two supports start slugging it out. On with a hook shot forward. He's going to put down the Hextech ultimatum to trap the cow in place. But it doesn't look like Shun gets over there close enough in time, but doesn't really matter. What BLG really get is more pressure. Their battle lines moved up further. They're going to knock down the top tier 1 turret, and they can parry this right into the Rift Herald that's spawning in mere seconds.
My Cassiopeia up 2,500 gold 15 minutes into the game against a Ryze. Because if that's the case, yeah, I think we're in a pretty bad spot. Viper just gets to push in for free here. Again, if they contest this Herald, I don't know what to tell you. At that point, we're just throwing everything at the wall. On's making his way to try and flank onto the bottom side, but I mean, really, the silver lining, I guess, for Top Esports is you're looking at the comp for BLG, you're looking at Cassio, you're looking at Jarvan, even a Varus, the Camille, obviously. These are all champions that are relatively proficient for BLG. They've been big picks for them all split long. You know, game number 1 might go this way, but we'll see how they can continue to try and get some gold back this week.
Are we going to lose the game over blue buff now? Yes.
Of course we are, because Petrified Gaze claims Creme in place. Immediate flash from JackeyLove out of the Cataclysm, but here comes Viper over the wall to make sure he has no room left, but in the gray screen, Viper picks up a double kill to get more gold to the BLG carries.
Oh, by the way, hey, Knight had already finished the second item during all of this. He had a rocket belt that he completed on the last back. He comes into this fight and he gets to use it. Just more HP. You get the Herald now, which they'll be able to use before the next Dragon in a minute and a half. When we said that BLG tend to play to the level of their opponents, I think that this is a nightmare scenario for Top Esports. They do not want a team that is going to try to match them band for band, muscle for muscle on this.
All right, friends, let's have a little bit of fun with this as we go back through the replay. How long before Knight doesn't participate in a BLG kill? Because it's still going.
I don't know.
Top Esports.
Will it? Will it happen? I mean, if TES, with the way that the game state's going, TES might take a random fight in a side lane that ends up getting one of their guys killed, and you know, that might end up, you know, with him losing that 100% KP. But if these team fights break down the same way, like, he's got a real shot to walk out of this game.
Oh my god.
Oh
the
my
blast
god.
cone perfectly timed so the Vault Breaker doesn't come through. We're fighting in the same spot as earlier, by the way. Yeah, fengyue wants to smoke.
Okay.
He's gonna Alistar Knight over the wall into all the Top Esports, and he should be as good as mid-speed. What a play from the rookie support. Gets JackeyLove even more gold, and a clutch kill onto the golden left hand.
Okay, top esports. Let's not go for another one, okay? We could just go top lane if we really wanted to. They faded towards mid. I think this is a big mistake, and now BLG.
On Hextech Ultimatum, you can't escape JackeyLove, but he does kind of run the Chains of Corruption well, but it's just not going to be enough. Viper can casually auto-attack him down as BLG find another kill. And oh boy, they might have found a bowl in their midst in the background as well. fengyue gets knocked up from the flag and drag. On good hook shot on top of Creme. They don't have a lot of damage, these two. Shun and On can't really commit to a lot of these kills, but Shun still wants to smoke nonetheless. Flag and drag into the Cataclysm. Flash out from Creme as the TP's coming through, but Shun cannot be perturbed. Is he getting another max range Q? No! This time it's the flag and drag. Knight also TP's in to get the kill on the fengyue. BLG, 16 kills in 18 minutes of gameplay. And it might be even more here. Tian gets interrupted on his Vault Breaker, trying to dash away from Knight. He's got to flash instead, but Shun will follow him, and the Petrifying Gaze turns him to stone and bends the barrel that knocks him back to the base.
Maybe TES should stop going for plays. It seems
Please,
like every time
please.
they do something on the map, everything falls apart for them. Soul point for free here for BLG. That almost feels like an afterthought as we're staring down an 8,000 gold lead in 18 minutes. On is 2v1 and fengyue and ZUIAN at this point in the game on Camille support. I just don't know what to tell you, man. If we were worried about BLG losing some confidence against WE, I think that's going out the window.
JackeyLove can't escape these chains. Another kill for Knight, and oh, let's take down the whole top esports bottom lane while we're at it.
Yeah, well, with that last play, of course, we're not done. We got to keep going. Maybe we try to cook bit. I mean, Vi's here as well. Okay, Tian's making the right call.
Nope, Shun's not done. Nope, oh, he's not done. Neither is Knight, by the way. Flashes forward to find that kill on his way on. Creme trying to look for some angle back in, but he's knocked up and dunked down. It's a double kill to Knight, and all Tian could do was say, guys, I've got my Krugs.
So I was going to say, hey, look, K-Man, when we saw them chasing the top side, they finally broke Knight's 100% KP, and then it turned into like 7 more kills here for BLG. So they just have no answers. BLG, it feels, can literally do no wrong, and when that does happen, top esports maybe get their hand caught in the cookie jar. They're now down 9,000 gold at 19 minutes. They're already at soul point here for BLG, who got the Herald and 2 grubs. This is an excellent display if this is what the finals is going to be if you're a Bilibili fan.
This absolutely looks like the best team in the world. This is the version of BLG we were praying to get here in the finals. I can't believe that we're getting it so aggressively in game number 1. Everybody playing at the absolute maximum of their limit. You can't ask for more. For top esports, it just feels like you're running out of steam already in this first game. You need to get that Roa completed for Creme. You're not even going to be relevant on a champion until you've got the full stacks coming in because he was so delayed. And now we get to start a Baron as it spawns at 20 minutes because what are TES going to do, fight us?
That's exactly what they want, K-Man. Or maybe they look to pick off Creme on this side lane. Knight slithering forward. Does not find much but a bit of chip damage onto Creme, so just going to be a bit of a bait and switch there on the Baron, but the vision is still very dark in that river for top esports, so they're going to have to be worried about that pull anytime, any place.
If there is any way we are going to see TES take a win from this position, it needs to come off of 2 separate angles. Either fengyue and Tian need to finally link up, get some kind of play that is going to not only displace the Cassiopeia, but allow for Creme and JackeyLove to kind of plant their feet and get their damage down, of which, by the way, we still need to finish the Seraph's Embrace here for Creme 21 minutes into this game. Or 2, we need to see BLG absolutely fumble, which has happened in this playoffs already multiple times.
I mean, yeah. You can talk about BLG's team fighting being a little lackluster. I think they have a little bit of a head start in this one, maybe on top esports towards getting to that 5v5 potential. But you're right. I mean, it really just comes down to getting any gold onto your carries. Everybody is just so far behind. If you can play front to back, I think there is a chance that you can catch a couple of these members out in more aggressive positions because BLG's comp isn't exactly set perfectly for 5v5s, but the drifting is coming through, unfortunately. No driver's license for Shun on the Herald as he runs it into the wall.
Vibes license, no driver's license. That's the Shun way we're currently at. No Baron, of course, going to be the real prize here for BLG. I think they're just hunting these side lanes, daring either Creme or ZUIAN to overstep, because they know Cloud Soul is in about 1:20, so if they can find a pick now, makes it even easier to go after that buff, but it looks like Allen's going to get picked off, trying to recall in an audacious barrage, but he recommits with the Hextech ultimatum on Tian to try and hold him in place, but there's Creme to find the first kill. Equalizer goes down, there goes Tian all the way after Viper, but the Petrified Gaze will catch some, but not Tian, finds the kill onto Viper. Sun goes down next as JackeyLove has showed up to the fight, and they're flashing after Knight. They know they need every kill they can get, and just like that, TES 4 for nothing out of nowhere.
Those are the bounties that they need, and this is going to be Top Esports moving over to the Baron, but I look at the minimap right now. There are still 3 turrets sitting in these lanes right now. They need to be able to turn all of these standing gold into anything at this point. On doesn't get the hook shot over the wall, maybe puts it over the thick part of it. Yeah, isn't able to get over, and I thought after maybe this was going to be them not being able to move, but Bin wasn't able to stop Rumble moving forward, and fengyue with an insane fight.
Hold on. Bin TP'd in on the respawn. They're trying to contest 2 versus 5. Creme's already low. Tian's dead! The spade slammed down for Bin, gets the first kill. He gets a second as he flashes on top of Creme. Gigabin's already in maximum form in game 1, saving BLG from losing this Baron as Viper TP's in, and he'll help his top lane partner in crime secure the Baron that was never destined for BLG.
Stop giving me hope, Top Esports, ZUIAN.
There goes your hope, K-Man. It goes down with ZUIAN's 4th death of the game.
I can't do it anymore. In game 1, I've already gone through the whole roller coaster. I've gone through every emotion possible. In this first game, BLG are going to get soul off of this as well. The moment we think that Top Esports find anything, whether it be a pick in the jungle, whether it be a good team fight, whether it be a Baron, leave it to BLG to find one way back. Gigabin on this Yorick.
Oh no.
Knight's
the Prince tries to go at the king, and he doesn't have a chance in the world.
Oh my god, that was just brutal. fengyue is dead as well. Slayer, just get some water, man. Like, there's nothing really we can do at this point. It's a soul. Maybe it's more of a fight. Who knows?
Yeah,
but it's just one-sided for BLG.
You can't Vault Breaker through a Hextech ultimatum. You can't run from BLG when they smell blood in the water. Creme dies to Viper. ZUIAN about to go out the same way he did 30 seconds ago. He's the only one left up for Top Esports. Do BLG just look for the killing blow now? They've got the ghouls, they've got the grubs, they've got everything they would need, and with a couple Nexus turrets exploding, BLG will take a 1-0 series lead in 25 minutes flat in our grand finals.
Hey man, that's 40 seconds slower than the fastest game in playoffs.